Hello, welcome to Sports Trades. My name is Louis Alcier, and this is a rundown of how the Orlando Magic went from promising expansion franchise to the worst run NBA franchise ahead of the Brooklyn Nets and the Sacramento Kings. Please enjoy.
The original 12, Sidney Green, Reggie Theus, Terry Catledge, Sam Vincent, Otis Smith, Scott Skiles, Jerry Reynolds, Mark Akers, Marlon Wiley, Jim Farmer, Keith Lee, and Frank Johnson. Matt Gokas was the perfect choice for Pat Williams to run his new organization, considering they had worked together in Philadelphia, and Matt was an assistant coach on the '83 Sixers team that beat the Lakers in the finals. The first trade the Orlando Magic would ever make would be sending 1990 and 1992 second-round draft picks to the Chicago Bulls for Dave Corzine. Nick Anderson was a very valuable player to the Orlando Magic, but they could have had terrible general manager Vlade Divac, Clifford Robinson, Sean Kemp, Tim Hardaway Sr., Malik Blulock, or B.J. Armstrong, three-time champion with the Bulls, and the first pick of the '95 expansion draft. They took Ainsley ahead of Chucky Brown, who they'd compete with in the '95 finals, and undrafted players Terry Davis, Chris Childs, and '99 champion Jaren Jackson.
Watch out, beware. Gonna get you.
And 2 nights before the 1990 NBA draft, the Magic traded one of original 12 Reggie Theus for a 1993 and 95 second-round pick from the Nets. Even though Gary Payton is a better player, the Magic were worried the Sonics were going to take Dennis Scott, so they traded a 1993-95 second-round draft pick to make sure they don't get him. And they didn't really have to make the pick either. I mean, they could have gotten Eldon Campbell or Tyronn Hill or Kendall Gill with the 4th pick instead of having to give up so much in hopes of getting Dennis Scott. Trading for Dave Corzine means they don't have the pick to take Tony Kukoc, 3-time NBA champion, Antonio Davis, Cedric Ceballos, Bimbo Coles, Derek Strong, who will come up, 3-time NBA champion Judd Buechler, who will come up again. As for undrafted players, they missed out on Scott Williams, who would be a part of the '91-93 three-peat in Chicago, Matt Bueller, the '94 Rockets champion, Michael Curry, who they would face in 2003, would play for the Pistons, and Keith Askins, who played his entire career in Miami. The Orlando Magic have traded one of original 12 Sidney Green to the Spurs for Mark McNair and a 1991 first-round draft pick from the San Antonio Spurs.
Here comes Skiles for court. Skiles to Reynolds. Step down. He's up and a goal! Jerry Reynolds! Jack Skiles with his 40th assist for the night. And that's the new NBA record.
They took Bison Dele, who's now somewhere missing at sea, ahead of Dale Dellis, Terrell Brandon, and Greg Anthony. They took Stanley Roberts ahead of 3-time NBA champion Rick Fox, 3-time NBA champion Randy Brown, and Pete Chuchit, who would come up against the '95 Magic in the finals. They miss out on possibly getting Bobby Phillips, who unfortunately was killed in a car accident back in 2000, and instead took Chris, I can't pronounce that. And also had the ability to draft Darrell Armstrong, who they will sign years later, and Robert Pack, who became a decent three-point shooter for the Denver Nuggets and now assistant coach for the New Orleans Pelicans.